Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's first graduation ceremony for 2024. Make some noise. Don't be scared, we're allowed to have fun at a graduation ceremony, I promise. You guys have been having fun for years. My name is Bryony Dawson and it is an honour and a privilege to be here tonight to be a part of this graduation ceremony as your host. I was here a couple of years ago and I had an absolute ball, and it's such an important time in the graduate's life. I remember graduating from uni and it was just an incredible day. So thank you to all the family and friends that are here to support your graduates. Tonight, we've got 190 of them, graduating students from the academic fund. Yes! Well done, people are learning, there's knowledge. How good is this? So they're from the departments of Creative Arts, Food, Fibre and Animal Industries, Human Services and Education, and Arts, Education and Agrotech Higher Education. Agrotech, had to look that one up. But it's okay, it's very important. In our industry, we call it agrotech, which is just a grumpy sound guy out the back. So it's going to be an incredible night tonight. So please keep your enthusiasm going, get the claps going, and really make the people up here feel supported. We are fortunate to have a very special cohort of offshore graduates from Enter Audio House in Indonesia joining us here tonight in Melbourne. Yes, a very special welcome to you. And we also say hello dan selamat datang. That's Indonesian, guys. Yeah. Studied it in Year 8, Kringle Park Secondary College. I'm pretty happy that I paid attention then. Please also welcome our wonderful Auslan interpreters, Cindy Boychuk and Mark Ethan. Okay, folks, this is the serious bit now. Can we please ask you to stand for the official party procession?
We welcome people from all over the world to Melbourne Polytechnic to build one community.
Kusoo dhawaada Melbourne Polytechnic community-ga Soomaaliyeed.
Melbourne Polytechnic le da la bienvenida a la comunidad latinoamericana.
Melbourne Polytechnic mengucapkan selamat datang kepada Indonesia Communitas.
Melbourne Polytechnic Gujarati સમુદાયને સ્વાગત કરે છે.
墨尔本理工学院欢迎来自华人社区讲普通话的朋友们。
Το Melbourne Polytechnic καλωσορίζει τους ανθρώπους που μιλάνε ελληνικά.
El Politécnico de Melbourne le da la bienvenida a la comunidad de habla hispana.
A Melbourne Polytechnic está de braços abertos para todos os falantes da língua portuguesa.
Melbourne Polytechnic Punjabi community ਦਾ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ।
Melbourne Polytechnic accueille toutes les communautés francophones.
Ayubowan. Melbourne Polytechnic ආයතනය ඔබ සැම සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා.
Melbourne Polytechnic и посакува добре дојде на македонската заедница.
মেলবোর্ন পলিটেকনিক বাংলা ভাষাভাষীদেরকে স্বাগত জানায়।
मेलबर्न पॉलीटेक्निक हिंदी बोलने वाले लोगों का स्वागत करता है।
Il Politecnico di Melbourne accoglie la comunità della lingua italiana.
Melbourne Polytechnic بترحب بالجالية العربية.
از طرف پرسنل و کادر آموزشی دانشگاه ملبورن پلی‌تکنیک به همه شما فارسی زبانان عزیز خوش آمد میگیم.
Melbourne Polytechnic chào mừng cộng đồng người Việt Nam.
I ljudi koji pričaju hrvatski su dobrodošli na Melbourne Polytechnicsu.
Melbourne'i Polytechnic tervitab eesti keelt kõnelevat kogukonda.
Melbourne Polytechnic приглашает украинское, российское, русскоговорящее сообщество.
Melbourne Polytechnic mengucapkan selamat datang kepada semua masyarakat berbahasa Melayu.
Melbourne Polytechnic 歡迎講粵語嘅朋友加入我哋嘅團隊。
Namaste, तपाईहरुलाई Melbourne Polytechnicमा स्वागत छ।
Melbourne Polytechnic welcomes everyone.
How cute of all of you for still standing. That's amazing. You can sit down. Welcome to our official party members for tonight. Welcome. Okay, now a little bit of housekeeping. We've asked you please to turn your phones on silent. Nobody wants to get that call during the ceremony. So please give yourself a moment just to check yours now. Make sure it's on silent. You can turn it off. You're busy for the next hour and a half. So stay with us. And if you can please refrain from using flash photography as well. It is a really, really special evening tonight for every graduate. So we also want to say to the graduates, your friends and family are here to congratulate and celebrate you. And an important part of this evening as well is having everyone receive the same amount of respect and celebration as each other. So we ask that you please stay seated until the end of the ceremony, even if you've already received your award. We know you're excited, but everyone's excited, so let them have the same experience you've had. And a reminder, photography is still available on level 2 after the ceremony. Excellent. Okay, well, please welcome Wurundjeri man Colin Hunter Jr. to present the Welcome to Country.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour and a privilege to be here tonight. My name is Colin Hunter IV. I would like to start off with acknowledging that this evening we are on Wurundjeri country, home of my ancestors and also home to everybody here today. I wish to pay my respects to both elders past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, especially all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community members here this evening. Wurundjeri is a part of the Kulin Nation and of the Warong language group. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne across to the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Baw. A big thank you to everybody who has helped make this event possible this evening. Woman Jekka, welcome and congratulations to all graduates and their families. Again, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks so much for that, Colin. Okay, well, I'm now pleased to invite our Chief Executive to give her congratulations and welcome to you. Boasting an extensive history with Melbourne Polytechnic and in the wider education community, our first female Chief Executive was appointed in 2017 and has been in the vet sector since 1986. Please welcome Chief Executive of Melbourne Polytechnic, Frances Coppolillo.
Thank you and welcome everyone. And especially a thank you to Uncle Colin for his warm welcome, and we're honoured to be here. I'd like to acknowledge the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the lands from which I'm speaking to you today, and pay respects to elders both past, present and any elders that may be with us here this evening. I would also like to acknowledge that Aboriginal culture and teaching predates Australian colonial settlement and has occurred on this land and the lands where our campuses are based for many thousands of years. I'd also like to offer a further acknowledgement tonight, and that goes to our Indonesian partner, Inter Audio House, led by Inyo Saleh, to celebrate the graduation of their students from our offshore partner in Bandung, Indonesia. So welcome. Graduating students, members of the board, distinguished guests, Melbourne Polytechnic staff, family and friends, a warm welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's graduation ceremony for 2024. On behalf of Melbourne Polytechnic, your teachers, your loved ones that are with you tonight, congratulations on making it to the end of your learning journey with Melbourne Polytechnic. Well done. You've achieved what you've set out to do when you started. You've achieved your learning goal and you've attained your qualification. After all of your hard work and your persistence, this might feel like the end, but I'd say it's not. It's really just the beginning of a lifelong learning a lifelong journey of continuous learning, reskilling and upskilling. In this fast-moving and dynamic world, our ability to learn and relearn helps us to adapt to ongoing change all around us. Industries are evolving at lightning speed. What's in demand today might be outdated tomorrow. Take the rise of artificial intelligence and automation, for example. Jobs that were once considered secure are now being replaced by automation and machinery, leading to a shift in skill requirements. At our Centre of Advanced Manufacturing, we have a great example of how we're adapting to a changing industry. Through state-of-the-art facilities and cutting-edge curriculum, we equipped our students with skills and knowledge needed to thrive in contemporary manufacturing. For greasy boiler suits, think robotics, 3D printing and computer-aided design. Our programs ensure that our graduates can embrace new and emerging technologies that drive innovation and are prepared for the demands of an ever-evolving manufacturing sector, which requires 21st century skills and thinking to remain competitive in global markets. Lifelong learners are better equipped to adapt to change by continuously updating their skills and knowledge. By embracing lifelong learning, we can face the future with greater confidence, knowing that we have what it takes to learn, grow and adapt, regardless of what the future brings. It will help open doors to jobs and opportunities yet to be imagined. Lifelong learning is not just about acquiring new information or skills, it's also about cultivating a curious and an open mindset. It's about embracing challenges, taking risks, stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's about being willing to learn from our failures, setbacks and feedback. It's also about being humble enough to acknowledge that there is always something new to learn and that no one has all the answers. It brings to mind one of my favourite quotes: "The more I learn, the more I realise how much I don't know." There's a debate as to whether it was Albert Einstein or Socrates who first said these famous words, but either way, the sentiment does hold true. Make learning a priority in your personal and professional life. Make time for podcasts, online courses, books, workshops, debate, and have meaningful conversations. You will find opportunity in learning everywhere. It broadens your horizons, deepens your understanding of the world, and enhances your critical thinking, creativity and problem-solving abilities. It may also lead you to new passions, interests and talents. In late 2023, Melbourne Polytechnic launched a new strategic plan with a vision to create an inclusive, sustainable and thriving community inspired by learning. I hope that you have felt a sense of belonging within our community, a safe place where you could freely express yourself and explore your passions, and a place where you felt supported to learn and grow. It is important to all of us at Melbourne Poly that you do. We strive to cultivate an environment where everyone feels safe, welcomed, valued and included. I hope that you have been inspired by your learning. I hope that we have motivated you to never stop learning. In making it to your graduation tonight, You have proven that you have what it takes to learn and to be successful in a rapidly changing world. You are well prepared to continue the pathway of learning. Be open to opportunity, stay curious, stay hungry for knowledge. As you close this chapter and as your lives and careers unfold, we look forward to welcoming you back to Melbourne Polytechnic in the future to continue your learning. You will always belong here. On behalf of us all at Melbourne Polytechnic, we offer you our congratulations and best wishes on achieving this very significant milestone. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Francis. Okay, I'd now like to introduce to you Mark Blanks, Executive Director of Academic Operations, to deliver the academic address.
Hello everybody and good evening. I must say this is one of the most exciting nights in the calendar for many of the people who work at Melbourne Polytechnic. It's the night that we get to see all of our students' achievements. So even though it's a special night for students, I just want to let you know that for the people who work at Melbourne Poly, it's a very special night for us as well too. So to the graduates of 2024, I'm really honoured to be speaking to you today. First of all, I'd like to start by congratulating you on completing your qualification and making it to the finish line. Well done. Also, a big well done to your parents, families and supporters who are likely the reasons that you've gotten this far. So I think they deserve a big round of applause. Also, well done to your teachers, lecturers, educators whose knowledge, passion and support have helped you get you to this point today too. So I think we can give them a big round of applause as well. So in some ways, graduation feels like the closing of a chapter in a book. And to quote the famous British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and when I read this quote, I can hear his voice in my mind. If anyone's heard Winston Churchill, he has a very gruff sort of sound, but I won't imitate what he says. But what he said was, "This is not the end, it is the end of the beginning." The end of the beginning. What does that mean? I like to think that it means now that you've graduated, you have an exciting new part of your life ahead of you, but also a step into the unknown. Recently, I visited Melbourne Polytechnic's campus in Fuzhou, China. And as I sat down with the management team there, over a cup of oolong tea, embarrassingly, the discussion led to the fact that I have little hair left on my head. And you're probably all getting the shine from the light at the moment. And I don't know how the conversation ended up there, but that's where it was. But interestingly, my Chinese friends over there pointed out to me that actually being bald in their culture is a sign of great wisdom. So I thought, I'm going to own that. And as an official wise person, I thought, what words of wisdom can I give to the graduates of 2024 as you begin your next step? Well, the world is a very complex and ever-changing place, and Francis just spoke about many of the factors that contribute to that. It's hard to predict what the future will look like. With such global challenges such as climate, geopolitical instability, economic downturn, and artificial intelligence, just name a few of the things that we have in our future. And these challenges have no simple answer. There's no single class that we can teach you that will prepare you for the world that you enter into. But let me assure you, with the sum of the learning experiences that you've had at Melbourne Polytechnic, you are ready for this. Words are important, and some words carry particular power and particular meaning. These words help us to be our best. They help us inspire others, and they create meaning for us in the chaos of existence. One of these words is passion. When I talk about passion, I'm not talking about the passion that gets played through reality TV shows like Married at First Sight. I've never watched that show. I'm talking about something deeper, something much more personal, something that defines who we are. As you embark upon your careers, you'll often get asked by people, what do you do? The answer to this is often responded to with a person's job title, position or role. However, if that question is changed just slightly to, what are you doing? The answer will be very, very different. People will talk about the problem they are solving. They will talk about the skill they are learning. They'll talk about the family that they're supporting. They'll talk about the holiday they're planning or the idea that they are creating. This is the space of passion. So what is passion? We had a graph up there before, which I think is going to come back in just a moment. As a former English teacher, I thought, well, let's go back and look at the definition of passion. And passion's not a new word to us. It has its origins in Old English, and some definitions describe it as being a strong and barely controllable emotion. Studying its usage in books since 1500, it's enjoyed popularity over the years. And you can see through that graph that passion has had its time when it's been a very popular word and times when not so much. You can see it had a particular low point during the 80s, which I think was also probably a case for many people with their hair fashions. Anyway, aside from that, philosophers have debated about the virtues of passion from Plato's time in ancient Greek to today. The philosopher Hegel pointed out that passion is a high form of energy. When pointed towards a single objective, it could produce wonderful outcomes both for the individual and for the world. But ultimately, it's a hard word to define, but it's a much better word to experience. You may be wondering, why am I talking about passion in an academic address? Because passion supercharges learning. It motivates and compels people to do things they may not normally do, to do things that may be too difficult, too complex, and in some cases, not rational. History is littered with great achievements fueled by passion, but history doesn't tell us the story of the smaller moments of passion that change everyday people's lives. I'm thinking about these smaller moments. I recall many years myself when I was a high school English teacher. The Harry Potter books had just been released, and this created a phenomenon that is still ongoing to this day. Where are the Harry Potter fans in the room? Give us a shout out. All right. I remember as a teacher, I remember the passion that young people had for these books. They wanted to read them and they wanted to share this world that inspired them. But as an English teacher, I also knew that for some students, they had a great range of reading ability. Some students were strong readers and some not so strong. The Harry Potter books were big, and they start off small, but they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you get to the last one, it's like carrying around a brick. Some of the books are thousands of pages, and I watched some of my students with quite some concern as they tackled these books. I was really worried as their English teacher that their level of reading ability might set themselves up for failure. Failure not just in completing the book, but failure also in the eyes of their peers when they couldn't engage in this magical world with them. But in reality, a learning for me was I had totally underestimated the power of passion. What I found was that although some students carried these books around with them for more than 6 months, their passion to be included in this phenomenon was greater than their reading ability, and seeing these students complete these books and improve their ability to read is one of my most treasured memories as an educator. Humans are uniquely social animals, unlike any other animal. If you put 200 chimpanzees in a town square, you'd end up with chaos. If you put 200 humans with a shared passion, you end up with a movement. Passion is the thing that unites us to create purpose. Examples cross disciplines and every field of study, and they include events such as the Civil Rights Movement, the Renaissance, the International Space Station, and Wikipedia, to name a few. But like the example I used above of Harry Potter, I believe it's the simple, smaller moments that are the most significant. I know that these smaller moments are experienced and known by every Melbourne Polytechnic student as they progress through their learning journey. I see passion in the Brick Lane students as they compete in world skills. I see it in our music students as they practice in their ensembles. I see it in our creative industry students as they prepare for their exhibitions. I see it in our business students as they work with industry to complete their capstone projects. I see it in our hospitality students as they prepare their service. I know every graduate here today has had one of these experiences. These moments are significant as you begin your career. They provide a base for you to overcome any obstacle or challenge in your path. This passion is the high form of energy that Hegel talks about. It's irresistible, it's exciting, and it's compelling. At Melbourne Polytechnic, we believe in applied learning. This is learning by doing. It's the doing where the passionate can be found. And it's an active process that involves engaging people for a purpose. Our student charter, which outlines Melbourne Polytechnic's commitments to students, highlights the importance of passion in 2 areas. One of those areas is that we help you to identify and pursue your passions and strengths. And the other is that our teachers are passionate about their field. They will motivate you to reach your potential and support your studies. We hope that these commitments have supported you to this point of graduation today. Passion. Passion makes learning powerful. It's a moment of clarity. It's the sense of purpose. It's the job you can't walk away from. It's the what comes next. It's the thing that brings us together. It's the things that artificial intelligence will never learn. It makes us richer, life more meaningful, and compels us to never stop learning. So in closing tonight, on your graduation night, the end of the beginning, I ask you about your passion. And I also ask you, not what you do, but what are you doing? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Okay, so tonight we are celebrating the achievements of 194 of the 449 Melbourne Polytechnic graduates for 2024. I still want to give a round of applause to that. Supporting the presentation announcements tonight, off stage, are Jordan Winfield and Timothy Gilbert from Melbourne Polytechnic's International Office. So thank you to Jordan and Timothy. All right, let's get stuck into this ceremony. First, we have the 53 graduates from the Department of Creative Arts. Please welcome Andrew Gannon, a Manager of Creative Arts, to present these awards.
Please join me in congratulating her. The graduates for Diploma of Jewelry and Object Design are Zoe Marie Bodger. Stephanie Della Chiesa. Hayley Ann Eberbach. Gillian Newham. Jessica Waghorn. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Jewellery and Object Design are Lauren Blackberry, Jafit Lid Elias, Hui Ching Fong, Amber Holloway, Hannah Sidoti, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Diploma of Live Production and Technical Services are Lydia Bashara, Shiveshni Chand, Lucas Clavisi Horler, Oscar Garrett, Amy Gray, Summer Harrison, Selena Hogan, Sky Hubchak, Tamsin Miller, Patricia Lee Nagel, Oscar A. Peterson, Jacqueline Savard, Kate Carmel Schmitzer, Ruby Williams, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Certificate 4 in Music are Adam Farugia, Jackson Michael, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Music are Sienna Bella Gilchrist Ellerton, June Kang, Jade Perry, Darcy Rock, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduate for Diploma of Photography and Photo Imaging is Maruda Oars. Please join me in congratulating her.
The graduate for Certificate 4 in Screen and Media is William Tian. Please join me in congratulating him.
The graduates for Diploma of Screen and Media are Samantha Jane Lowe Pizzo, Ellie Lovelace, Alicia Alice McKay, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduate for Advanced Diploma of Screen and Media is Jacob Traficante. Please join me in congratulating him.
The graduates for Diploma of Theatre Arts are Max Birch, Jovana Manevska, Isaac Reed, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduate for Certificate 4 in Visual Arts is Yvonne Nguyen. Please join me in congratulating her.
The graduates for Diploma of Visual Arts are Jesse Carpenter. Elise Francis. Holly Hunt. Rose Dawn Story. Please join me in congratulating them.
Massive round of applause, everybody. Okay, and now we have a special graduate cohort who have completed a diploma of sound production with Melbourne Polytechnic in Indonesia at Enter Audio House. Yes! Yes! They've also had additional training here in Melbourne. They're very, very eager to get up, so let's welcome.
The graduates for Diploma of Music Industry are Ahmad Sopian, Agus Saihuddin, Dani Nur Prasetyo, Dani Iman Sapriansyah, Soni Indra Rasmoko, Ferry Setiadi, Hendra Halim, Irham Zaman, Isa Gunawan, Ismail Arafat, Iwan Setiono, Mai Yonanda, Muhammad Rizal, Okta Prima Alba, Rizki Ismail. Rizki Pohan. Sony Sanyoto. Ubun Bunyamin. Yosep Manurung. Jofland Nivola. Please join me in congratulating them.
Congratulations, everyone, to all of our VET Creative Arts graduates. Let's give them another round of applause. And thank you to Andrew as well. Please welcome back to the stage Chief Executive Francis Coppolillo.
Thank you. I would now like to introduce... No, I think we're on the wrong spot. Excuse me for a moment. Not here. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. So, I think I've found my spot. Let's give our graduates another round of applause. Congratulations to all our VET Creative Arts graduates. Thank you, Andrew. Please welcome... Oh, I'm doing a Joe Biden, aren't I? Each year at graduation, we present our Melbourne Polytechnic Outstanding Student of the Year Awards. These prestigious awards are available to Melbourne Polytechnic students who have demonstrated a capacity for leadership and demonstrated outstanding levels of skill and commitment within the fields of study. Students are judged on their career and study achievements in their field of study, communication, team and leadership skills, and the ability to represent the training system at a broader level. Joining many years of previous outstanding students, tonight we'll be congratulating the Outstanding Students of the Year for 2024. Andrew Gannon will present our first award for the evening, the Outstanding Creative Arts Vocational Education Student of the Year 2024.
Thank you, Francis. The Outstanding Creative Arts Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2024 is... Holly Hunt.
Ain't nobody like For the last couple of years, I've really been focusing on like my local area. Preston markets was a big theme, just like humans in their daily lives. I chose this subject because this guy is just iconic with his bright green car, and I just think it really encapsulates like suburbia. I'm Holly. I studied a Diploma of Visual Arts at Melbourne Polytechnic. I've always been into visual art. I loved it at high school, but when I left high school, I forgot those roots a bit. When COVID hit, I actually decided to study again, and I remembered that I loved to draw, and so I went to Melbourne Polytechnic. I think every time I am in an exhibition, it's getting out of my comfort zone. That's really important to me. You go to galleries all the time and you look at work, and to think someone's, analysing your sort of painting, it's like, oh. Every time I am in a show, it gets a little easier. It's kind of like exposure therapy. When I got the call that I was Outstanding Visual Arts Student of the Year, I couldn't believe it. I was pretty committed to this course, so I was stoked to get that recognition. Don't listen to the inner critic. That would be my main piece of advice.
I would like to welcome to the stage Fenella Kornoff on behalf of Quest Preston. Quest is Australasia's leading apartment hotel brand and sponsor of the Indigenous Student of the Year Award for 2024. Thank you for joining us, Fenella. Tonight, I am privileged to also present the Outstanding Indigenous Student of the Year for 2024. And the winner is Ricky Martin.
I find it much easier to use activism in art in a way that puts it out into the mainstream in a positive way. I find a lot of people see protesting on the street as a negative thing, but either way, both need to be done. I was in a crisis centre and there were flyers in the window for free Indigenous courses in the glass and glazing, so I took up the option. I spent 3 years at the Canberra Town Embassy before I come to Melbourne, one of the biggest activist cities in the whole of Australia. I suppose I got sick of hearing and seeing stuff on TV going ignored, so I figured one day I'd make my way to the embassy, and one day turned into 1 year, turned into 3 years, and before you know it, it's become a lifestyle. The mediums are always forever changing. The main thing is that the stories don't change, and I think that's where the value comes in, on the story that you tell. The awards are unbelievable. I've never achieved anything like this, and I've been doing art for around 30 years now. It's a massive accolade to be able to accept an award as Indigenous Student of the Year.
Yes, well done. Congratulations to Holly and Ricky. And thank you to Andrew and Fenella from Quest Preston as well. Okay, please now welcome Stephen Connolly, Program Lead of Parks, Gardens, Turf, Agriculture, to present the Food, Fibre and Animal Industries certificates.
The graduate for Diploma of Conservation and Ecosystem Management is Ryan Ray. Please join me in congratulating him. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Horticulture are Margaret English, Claire Kaufman, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Horticulture are Jacob Coventry Poole, James Greentree, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Certificate 4 in Landscape Design are Asha Haslem, Paul Gerard Henderson, Rosemary Therese Kyatt, Junaid Nabulsi, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Certificate 4 in Veterinary Nursing are Tiana Bell, Alicia Jade Helgeson, Maya Nicolaisen, Caitlin Sullivan, please join me in congratulating them.
Apologies for my tardiness, folks. I was just catching up here. We've missed one student who we would like to now welcome up here for their Diploma of Horticulture certificate. Give it up for Claire Harvey, please. Yes, Claire. You get your own thing. Look at this. Look at you go. Float. Float. Claire, you've absolutely nailed that. Well done. Absolutely nailed it. Beautiful. Let's give all the graduates a round of applause, please. Stephen will now present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department of Food, Fibre and Animal Industries.
Thank you, Bryony. I don't think we're here. The Outstanding Food, Fibre and Animal Industry Vocational Educational Student for 2024 is Tiffany Kobakian. Unfortunately, Tiffany couldn't make it this evening, so I'll be accepting the award on their behalf. Thank you.
My name is Tiffany, and I studied vet nursing Cert 4 at Melbourne Polytechnic in Fairfield. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a vet nurse. I wanted to do the Cert 4 in vet nursing to start my career in vet nursing to make that 4-year-old girl proud. I have brought along Polo. This is my childhood polar bear. He still lives on my bed until this day. My home life at the moment is really cruisy. I live with my parents, my mum and my dad, my older sister Christy, and my German Shepherd. He will be 6 this year. The 17-year-old domestic short hair Smokey. I've got 2 blue tongues, Natara and Scar, and I also have a bearded dragon named Simon. I didn't know what to expect when I went into my vet nursing course, but the teachers really helped bring everyone together and went through the course and made everyone feel very comfortable. I would love to shout out Jane, who's actually put me up as the Student of the Year nomination. Expanding my knowledge in the animal industry is going to be what I'm going to be doing for probably the rest of my life until I can retire.
Congratulations, Tiffany, and thank you, Stephen. Okay, you're still with us? You're still going strong out there? Do we need a little stretch break? Are you okay? We'll keep going. Excellent. Tonight we're joined by a very special guest speaker, Estefania Rios, also known as Steffi. She's a former Melbourne Polytechnic international student from Chile in South America. Steph committed to a Bachelor of Business, predominantly online, during COVID. She was the overall Higher Education Outstanding Student of the Year in 2023 and is now employed at Melbourne Polytechnic in the International Marketing team. Please welcome Steph to the stage, everyone.
Good evening to everybody. I'm a little bit nervous, so I apologize in advance. I am Estefania Rios, and I was chosen as the Outstanding Student of the Year in 2023. And this year, I was invited to tell you a little bit about my experience and what my year meant over my years of study as an international student. To give you a little bit of context, I want to tell you what I was doing in my country before traveling to Australia. In Chile, I was a medical technologist, a specialist in magnetic resonance imaging, also known as MRI. Yeah, you can see that. I used to work in the emergency room, which kept me on weekends or night shift most of my days. It was a job that gave me rewards, but that exhausted me a lot and limited my social life. After 7 years with this lifestyle, in addition to a painful personal experience, I made the decision to change the direction of my life. I have always been curious and motivated. I like to make drastic changes in my life, and finally decided that I wanted to change the course of my destiny. Talking to a friend who had a travel blog, I had the idea of going to another country to learn English and find out what options were available to me. I came to Melbourne to study English for 8 months, and then I went back to Chile. But on that return, I decided to go back to my usual life, but it never felt the same. After 1.5 years, I decided to come back to Melbourne and study for a Bachelor of Business to explore other areas of personal interest. I have always wanted to start my own business. I came looking forward to making new friends and living university life. However, life teaches us that no matter how much we plan things, we don't always turn out the way we want. After 2 weeks of school, it was announced that a new virus was affecting the world's population and that it was recommended to stay safe in our homes. At first, I remained optimistic, thinking it will be only for a month. However, the lockdown lasted for months, which turned into a semester, and then a year. This made me realize that I would get my degree online. When I accepted that this will be the reality, my first reaction was I wanted to go back to my country with my family. However, the government decided to close the borders, which meant that no one entered or left the country. This hit me very hard emotionally, since I didn't have the financial or emotional resources to study a bachelor degree without income or support from my family and friends. I finally had to decide about my future and decided that the best thing I could do was to stay positive and do my best. Things don't always go the way we want, and maintaining a flexible attitude to the unexpected is always the way to avoid unnecessary suffering. After finishing my first year, I realized that I had the ability to study and work without problems. After the hectic life I led in Chile, I realized that this was not so difficult after all. Pay the bachelor's fees in cash, rent a house, go shopping, pay for medical insurance, have savings for when you get sick, pay for gym, meals out, you name it. It was very difficult to balance. As an international student, I realized that I had to restrict many areas of my life to be able to pay for my academic degree. As expected, the first thing that I was affected was my social life. I didn't have time or money to go out to make new friends. All plans to meet new people had to be canceled. The experience I was having was nothing like the student agency had promised me, nor the high expectations I had in my head when I decided to travel to Australia. There I was, busy Monday to Sunday between my classes and the multiple jobs I had to be able to put food on my table. Always exhausted, always focused on my assignments. After a while, I decided that I needed to exercise so I could improve my mental health and not become depressed due to the lack of emotional support. I lived alone in a house with no one to talk to. And if I had time to talk to my family, I had to do it at very complicated times since we have a 14 hours difference with Chile. Now that I look back, I realized how resilient international students must be to achieve their goals, to overcome our fears of the unknown, to face loneliness, uncertainty, hard work, academic requirements, among many other things. There are many internal battles that no one knows we are fighting, since we are always want to show our loved ones that we are fine, so they don't worry. What do we get out of worrying our families and friends who are far away? Better to smile and pretend that we have everything under control. When I was in my 4th semester, one of our professors offered us the opportunity to work with the Melbourne Innovation Center. I saw it as a wonderful opportunity. It will be the door to a real world of work. It should be noticed that I worked as a cleaner, which didn't involve any practice of the skills and knowledge that I was acquiring in my degree. With great fear, I contacted the manager in charge of this position, who asked me how much experience I had in event planning. I didn't lie to him, and I told him none, but that I was willing to learn. After 3 months with them, Melbourne Polytechnic's international office offered me an opportunity to work in the front desk on a part-time contract, where I had the flexibility to work on days when I didn't have classes. These 2 experiences helped me gain the courage to cut all cleaning jobs and believe in my heart that I could fit into Australian working life. I believe that, after all, the life we live depends on how much we believe in our abilities. I always heard that many people with less abilities than you are in much better position than you. Have you heard this phrase before? After finishing my degree, I was determined to go back to Chile. I had a lot of homesickness. I had not seen my parents and sister for more than 3 years, which was devastating for me, since I come from a very close-knit family. I decided that I would go in December to spend Christmas with them, and that I will give up the possibility of applying for a graduate visa. However, my manager reached out and offered me a full-time position on the marketing team. He told me how much my colleagues liked me, that he was happy with my work, and that it was always better to gain a little bit of experience before returning to your country. He asked me to sign out the contract before traveling to Chile, to be sure that I will come back. All this happened very quickly, and without thinking, I signed it. However, when I returned to Chile, I was very sad. It hurt me to see my parents were getting old, that my nephews and nieces were no longer babies, but children and teenagers. Accepting that your family continues its life without you is a very difficult experience to explain, but I know that many of those present can understand what I'm saying. My family told me that they loved me, but that this opportunity was unique, and that I should take advantage of it. After all, I will be only for 2 years in Australia, then I could come back. After 6 months working in the international office, I was offered the opportunity to travel to the Philippines and South America to promote Melbourne Poly. This gave me a different vision of life. I was finally quitting being a radiographer, and I was working as a recruiter for international students. Although I was happy with my job, I was still considering the possibility of returning. But as I told you at the beginning, life always takes us down unexpected paths. One wonderful day, I met one of the most beautiful people that life has presented to me, Norton, who is here with me tonight. The man of my life and the father of my baby. The person who who came to tell me that I will no longer be alone, that he would be there for me when I was sick, that he would be a shoulder to cry on when I missed my family. He gave me the chance to be a mother. He told me that home is within us and that it travels with us wherever we go. He is from Brazil, I'm from Chile. Although our countries are relatively close, destiny presented us in Melbourne, where we have decided to establish our family. I would like to use this night to tell you, all of you are warriors, that committing to getting an academic degree is a difficult goal to achieve, and you got it. You should be proud of all the sleepless nights and all the plans you had to reject to finish a report or prepare a test. I would dare to say that the most difficult part of emigrating is making the decision. Once here, there are no other options but to move forward. Don't be afraid to go to interviews, apply for jobs, to dream that you will achieve great things. You have the knowledge, you have the courage and the determination. You have already won. A huge hug and the best of luck in your journey. Good night.
Big round of applause for Steffi, everybody, please. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, they're having a kiss and everything. That's cute. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Your life has been incredible and your determination and passion and resilience really does show. So thank you for sharing that with us. Let's get back to the ceremony. Woo! With Kathy Kondekas, Manager of Human Services and Education, to present the awards for her department. Welcome, Kathy.
The graduates for Certificate 4 in Allied Health Assistance are Rebecca Holden, Moise Nsabimana, Kay Kain Sound, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Child, Youth and Family Intervention are Adieu Lual, Yasmin Turner, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Certificate 4 in Community Services are Sahar Abdi Yazi, Luma Ammar Abdullah Al-Hendi, Caroline Murmakoski, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Diploma of Community Services are Dimple, Karen Allen. Madeline Arvin. Georgia Baker. Ronell Bates. Carrie Beal. Annette Beatrice Can. Hannah Jasper. Rita Malo. Veneranda Margarejo. Tamika Martins. Sarah Birara Nega. Matt Penfold. Melanie Kate Sanders. Annie Sawney. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduate for Certificate 4 in Mental Health is Tanya Tasnin. Please join me in congratulating her. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Training and Assessment are Vanessa Rosary Adzaib. Mark Andres. Heidi Beasley Ellick. Saurav Bista. Hema Raj Chalisa. Kulamani Chalisa. Emma Chevron. Gitika Dogel. Elise Farman. Kiranmayi Gula. Harpreet Singh. Charles Jacobson. Pooja Jatwani. Ganjan Kapoor. Jaspreet Kaur. Sonia Kaur. Elvin Lam. Jonathan Lewis. Mei Lee. Kushan Tarindu Lianage. Gordana Metalovsky. Sajiwani Mudalpat. Natalie Pendlebury. Prakash Paudel. Carolyn Scarcella. Frank Spadea. Emanpreet Kaur Sra. Rachel Stock. Mary Thomas. Robert Vitale. Please join me in congratulating them.
Okay, let's give the graduates another round of applause, please. We're now going to invite Kathy over to present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department on Human Services and Education.
Thank you. Oh, here we go. Okay. Thank you, Brioni. I'd like to welcome to the stage Tyson Harrison on behalf of HESTA. HESTA is the only national industry super fund dedicated to people working in the health and community service sector. HESTA is the proud sponsor of the Outstanding Human Services and Education Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2024. Thank you for joining us tonight, Tyson. The Outstanding Human Services and Education Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2024 is Sarah Nega.
Drive a faster car, lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
My name is Sarah Nega. I studied community services at Melbourne Polytechnic. In my spare time, I love mainly gardening. I love gardening. For me, it's just a lot of surprise and fantasy. And even though sometimes I am very tired or I'm very busy, I must check my plants. This is organic chili. It comes from my country. It's dried cardamom, coriander, ginger, dried garlic, shallot, small onions, and you cook with it, you're going to love it. When I came to Australia, I came as a refugee. It was hard for me to navigate where to find support and where to ask for help and where is the services, what is what. So I developed interest to support people who need support on that particular thing. I love working as a community service workers. I am from Ethiopia, but my work relates to any community members, any refugees background. This is my personal experience, and knowing it makes a little difference for the people who is going through this journey, it makes me really, really happy, and that's why it keeps me working every day. My advice for other students is not to give up, try, and also when you need it, there is help at Melbourne Polytechnic. There are good teachers and there are student support services. Just keep going, not give up.
Congratulations, Sarah. And thank you to Kathy and Tyson from HESTA. Okay, please welcome now Rachel Cowley, Manager of Arts, Education and Agrotech, to present the awards for the Department of Arts, Education and Agrotech Higher Education.
The graduates for Master of Creative Industries are Rhiannon Joy Moat, Renee Palmer, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Early Childhood Education are Monali Rebecca Abekun, Adna Ahmed, Shreya Bandari, Senara Eyumi Hewasiliange, Jessica Rositis, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Education, Early Years and Primary are Dominic Charles Gomez, Asma Jabin, Karamdeep Kaur, Macy Lauren Kwan Tat, Lamya Kwan, Kate Longley, Stephanie Ter, Gimasha Vishmi Wanakalusurya Fernando, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Illustration are Tatiana Agudelo Henao, Madeline Louise Avista May, Charlene Holly Chu. Annalise Moore. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Music are Joseph Kanaya, Pantelis Crestas, Maxim R. Pizinga, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Songwriting and Music Production are James Ayres. Dean Walter Denham. Patrick King. Jack Titterington. Please join me in congratulating them.
I wasn't watching then. Did someone put up the horns? Is that what happened? Yeah, classic music. Love that. Okay, Rachel is now going to present the Outstanding Arts, Education and Agrotech Higher Education Student of the Year.
Thank you, Bryony. The Outstanding Arts, Education and Agrotech Higher Education Student of the Year for 2024 is Rebecca Abicoon.
My name is Monali Rebecca Aberkon, and I studied a Bachelor of Early Childhood Education. Helping children feel comfortable and safe. I do think that it's definitely my calling. I do love working with children. I definitely do miss Sri Lankan food. Mostly like a homemade meal from my mom. Back home in Sri Lanka, I wouldn't say I had the best experience in childcare. I think that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to work with children, to provide a better, safer environment, I would say. My time with Melbourne Polytechnic has been amazing. Being an international student is not easy, and I've always felt welcome and that I belong here. Honestly, when I got the email saying that I was nominated, I just couldn't believe it. I felt like my teachers saw how hard I worked and I've been appreciated. I've always valued relationships, so it's just amazing that I get to have these beautiful relationships with children.
Congratulations, Nonali. Okay, we're on the home stretch, folks. We are on the home stretch. I would like to welcome back Melbourne Polytechnic's Chief Executive, Francis Coppolillo, back to the stage for one final time tonight to present the Melbourne Polytechnic Overall Outstanding Vocational Education and Higher Education Student of the Year Award for 2024. It's a big one.
Our existing Outstanding Student of the Year Award recipients presented over 2 graduation ceremonies. 2 winners are selected from the overall Vocational Education and Training and the overall Higher Education Outstanding Student of the Year Award winners. And before I present these, I'd like to welcome back to the stage Gina Deha from Quest Bandura. Our sponsor of the overall Outstanding Vocational Student of the Year Award is presented by Gina tonight, and we thank her and Quest Bandura for their support. The Melbourne Polytechnic Overall Outstanding Vocational Education Student of the Year Award for 2024 is Holly Hunt. Congratulations, Holly, and thank you, Gina. The Melbourne Polytechnic Overall Outstanding Higher Education Student of the Year for 2024 is Manali Rebecca Abicoon.
Well, congratulations to everyone here tonight, especially our 2 Student of the Year Award winners. Congratulations to all the graduates here tonight, and thank you all so much for coming tonight and being a part of this. I'd like to thank Jordan Winfield and Timothy Gilbert for announcing the graduate names this evening. They did a very good job. Round of applause. Thanks too to our award sponsors, Fenella Kornoff on behalf of Quest Preston, Tyson Harris from Hester, and Gina Dale from Quest Bandura. Can't do it without the sponsors, folks. Thanks to our wonderful Auslan interpreters, Cindy Boychuk and Mark Ethan. And a massive thank you to the Melbourne Polytechnic team who assisted with gowning and registration this evening. Yes, to the gowns. A massive thanks to the Melbourne Polytechnic floristry team for the stunning stage floral here. Look at this, very creative. And also a massive thank you to all of the events people and Melbourne Recital Centre and everyone putting in a lot of hard work to get this underway today. Thank you very much. And if you could all please stand for the academic procession. All right, folks, well, please join us in the foyer in the next hour for a post-graduation celebration. Woo! That's right. You meet the Melbourne Polytechnic staff and other graduates and their guests. And a final reminder that photography will be taking place on level 2. And now it's a thank you, a good night from me, and congratulations to everyone. Well done, guys, you did it.